Trevor.
We have to make a new intro eventually. We gotta start finding our own catchphrases and stuff. You know, every podcast has like a little intro, little outro, whatever.
Yeah.
We gotta figure that out. I'm Juan, by the way. Yeah, we gotta figure that out.
Yesterday was unless you was watching the NBA, great games in the NBA, and we had a Thursday night game, I guess. I was
They
at
didn't
half.
have no damn game. That wasn't the game. Redskins were in it.
I was literally at happy hour with this, not even paying attention. I mean, I paid attention to the game, obviously, but it was very uneventful, unfortunately. We'll just get straight to the point. You know, the Redskins lost again. The Vikings win 19-9. Dalvin Cook ran wild on that defense. Terrible. Case Keenum did what Case Keenum did. He was benched, and here came Dwayne Haskins. He played for a little bit. You know, they threw him into the wolves, and it was very, very uneventful. Unfortunately,
I had no idea that he was there.
Yeah, he played. He played. Very, very uneventful. Kirk Cousins playing against his old team. You know, did his thing. You know, Stephon Diggs had another 150 yards, 7 catches.
Yeah, because who else?
But who else? And I remember like some minutes before, Dalvin Cook absolutely destroyed him. But other than that, that's basically it. I mean, they're dead, so who cares?
Yeah, we're done with this.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna tell you guys to subscribe now in the beginning of the video.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe. And join us for the fun down in the comment section. Tell us if we suck or not. Give us lots and lots of feedback. We love it. We welcome it. We encourage it. We're on iTunes, Spotify, and iHeartRadio also. Now, let's continue.
All right, no problem. So, the games for week 8, except for a handful of games that we're probably going to keep an eye on, it really is kind of underwhelming week.
Yeah, this is a pretty week.
Yeah, pretty underwhelming week. Yeah. I like to play on words.
Yeah.
So shall we get started, buddy?
Yeah, let's get this over with.
All right.
Like, half the games are going to be in like 5 minutes or less anyway, so.
All right, cool. All right, so we have the...
Like this one.
Huh? Yeah,
Like,
what? You want to go first?
Why not? Bengals at Rams. This is going to be a slaughterhouse. Next.
The game is in London. The Rams are favored by 13 points. You know who we're going with, the Rams.
Yes, obviously.
Bengals suck. That's basically pretty much it. So if you're a betting man, the Rams up by 13. I think they'll win by more than that.
Yeah, they definitely will win more than that. And if you're a fantasy guy, you have Rams players, start them.
Yes, absolutely. We're also going to give you fantasy now. Well, he'll give you fantasy analysis. He's the champion in many leagues. So listen to him. I'm not that good, but I'll just pass it to him. I had a couple of good runs, but most part I'm just really bad at fantasy. But he'll give you some intel about that. Next game, sir.
Well, Broncos the Colts.
The Broncos and Colts, the Indianapolis Colts are favored by 7 points at 1:00 game. This is.
I'm sorry, I messed up.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I forgot.
It's not just Indianapolis.
It's
Colts.
the Denver Broncos versus
my Colts.
Okay.
There you go.
Juan's Colts is favored by 7. I think this is gonna be a very interesting game.
I think the Colts will cover, but like at the mark though, like at 7. Like they're gonna hit it.
Yeah, I was thinking. I think it'd be.
I don't think this is gonna be a double-digit win.
I don't think it will be either. I was thinking the same thing. I mean, Denver pretty much just ending it for the season right now. But the defense is still playing well for the most part. They're playing for Vic Fangio. They're doing the best they can, but eventually we're gonna see more trades for them. They're pretty much folding shot for them.
Yeah, I'm really looking at Chris Harris Jr. See if he makes a move.
Yeah, probably so too. The Colts will win by at least 7 points. I'm taking the Colts, and obviously he's taking his Colts.
Of course I am. I'm trying to think if anybody fantasy related this should bring, because I don't think their run D is that good. Maybe Marlon Mack might be feasible, especially at home. Marlon Mack might be feasible here. I don't know about T.Y. much. Their coverage is pretty decent, so I don't know. But I lean towards the running backs.
Okay, next game.
Ooh. Who's the bigger bust bowl between Tampa Bay at Tennessee?
Okay.
Mind you, one of them isn't playing.
Okay. So it would have been Mariota versus Jameis Winston, the rematch, but we're not getting that. No, we're getting Ryan Tannehill versus Jameis Winston.
So I guess we got the answer as to who the biggest bust is. At least one of them is still starting.
At least one of them is still starting, so I guess Juan was right about Mariota.
He sucks.
The Tennessee Titans are favored by 3 points. So hold on.
I have Buccaneers winning, so they're gonna be the ones covering. No, wait, are they? Yeah, they're gonna be covering this spread.
No, I'm lying. The Buccaneers are covering. The Buccaneers are favored by 3 points. I'm sorry.
So either way, I'm right. I
Yeah.
think Buccaneers will win this game. So I'm going with them to cover.
I'm gonna
Get no one in this. Maybe AJ Brown. Maybe AJ. One of the receivers from Tennessee, because their coverage on on Buccaneers sucks. Maybe, but I wouldn't really look at anybody unless you were desperate for like a flex.
I disagree. I'm going with the Titans.
That's
to win the
fine
game because
this is a tough game.
It's a tough game to call. I think that the Tampa Bay's secondary is god awful.
Yeah, it's god awful.
And don't be surprised if AJ Brown was to go ham. Yeah, even Mr. Humphreys, even he was to go. Even
Oh,
him.
that's true. That is his not revenge game, but I guess his game against his old team.
Yeah.
So then get him then if you can get him.
Yeah.
I like him better.
So I'm going with Tennessee to win the game. Next game, sir.
Next game we got Cardinals at Saints, and there are reports that Drew Brees might come back this week, which is kind of stupid because if I'm not mistaken, they have a bye week next week. So I don't understand why Teddy just can't get one more ass whipping in before Drew Brees takes over against Atlanta in 2 weeks.
The Saints are favored by 9 points. In the Superdome, this should be easy for them. I think
it should be a complete blowout. The
New
Cardinals
Orleans
should come back down to earth.
New Orleans will blow them out. And Chase Edmonds, he had a great game against a terrible Giants defense. He won't be doing that in this game today. He
not
won't
against Cameron Jordan and company.
No,
hell no.
They will not. I'm picking New Orleans to win the game outright and take the points. Any fantasy things over here? Basically, if you have Michael Thomas, just start him. Please.
Basically, I believe Peterson is back now, but so what? I'm pretty sure Mike Thomas user should be getting the usual 15 to 17 points at least. Maybe look at Jared Cook too. Maybe he get it. Maybe he'll snag a touchdown. Maybe, yeah.
Okay. Next game.
This is the one I saw before this one. I mean, go ugh. The Chargers at Bears.
Okay.
I picked Chicago because they're at home, and the Chargers are even worse than they are barely. So I went with Chicago, but
the Bears are favored by 5 points in this game.
I don't know. They cover that.
Chicago wins this game.
Yeah,
Chicago has to bounce back.
5 though.
Yeah, and Chicago wins the game, but I think it may be. I just don't see Mitch Trubisky scoring more than 20 points in this game. I don't see it happening.
I don't think they ever scored that much except one time
against the
Redskins. They blew out the Redskins. Yeah,
I don't think they're gonna score at least 20 points in this game. The Chargers have been inconsistent all year, but they'll put up points. But I think Chicago comes out and win. I think the Chargers find a way to lose the game somehow, some way, and the defense finally wakes up. Because they've been pretty average the last few weeks.
Yeah, Chicago's defense is the one to have this week on fantasy. It's the only good thing I can think of. Because Phillip Rivers, it should be getting destroyed by Khalil Mack. Should be getting destroyed by Khalil Mack tomorrow, Sunday. So we'll see about that. But that's all we got to say about the trash ass.
Yeah.
This game I'm actually very interested in. Eagles at Bills.
Very
desperate Eagles team going to Buffalo against the number 2, 3 defense in the league
now
at their house.
Now even though the Eagles defense is very very bad, this will be the first real test. Well, besides New England, the real test for this Buffalo Bills defense. Like I said, when they want to be Philadelphia, when they want to be, can be a dynamic offense.
I like that when they want to be.
When they want to be. They can be very dynamic and give them trouble. And if Carson Wentz gets in the groove, there's going to be trouble for the Bills for this game. The Bills are favored by 2 points. If the Bills win this game, I would take the points too. No, the Bills are favored by 2 points. Yeah, if the Bills win, they'll cover it by 2 points. I think 2 points is good. Just good enough. I wouldn't, but it can go either way. Honestly speaking, it depends on how the Bills' offense shapes up, and can they take advantage of that defense.
I'm going with Philly because they need this game desperately. If they lose this game, they're basically out of the playoff push. Basically, they need to win this game to stay in the NFC wildcard spot, or at least for their division. At least.
I mean, the division is still bad.
Yeah. So that is slip.
I'm kind of torn. I'm kind of torn because it can go either way. If, like I said before, if the Carson Wentz can get a groove against the Bills defense, they'll win this game. Yeah, so that's just me. I'm going to go with Philadelphia.
And the Bills are due for this type of loss.
Yeah.
They've been a little too good. Like, they're a good team, but they're not, 5-1 or they had a bye week or 6 and whatever the record is.
They're
a one-loss team. They're not that good, honestly. They've been squeaking through almost every game they've played, and it's about time for them to pay for that pretty much.
It's time to come back to earth.
Yeah, exactly. It's time for Philly to give them a little smack. It's not gonna be a beating or anything.
No,
but come back down. You're not.
The point spread is very reasonable for this game. 2 points. I would take the points too, but I'm gonna go with Philadelphia to win outright.
I think Philly might win by 10. Might pull out in the fourth quarter. That's my guess.
Okay, that makes sense.
Look at who's their running back? Is it Miles Sanders? Is that their backup running back? I think that's their backup running back. I'll come back to this eventually and tell ya. But if whoever's the pass catching back for Philly, watch him. He's gonna be an X factor. Because I don't know about Alshon Jeffrey doing anything to Tre'Davious White, even though the size difference is massive. I don't know about all that. So just watch out for Miles Sanders. Let me check if that's him. If I'm not sounding stupid.
Okay.
In the meantime, the next game I have is Giants at Lions.
Very tough. The Lions are favored by 7 points. I think this is a trap game for me. I think that the Giants lost 3 in a row since starting 2-2, including getting embarrassed by Arizona. Detroit, honestly speaking, I think Matthew Stafford is going to ball out on that terrible. They're going to ball out on that defense. And Matthew Stafford is due for another win. Is due for a win. So I'm gonna go with this Lions to cover the point. I think they probably win by 12 points, by these two scores.
I think it's double. I think they might win by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, by 2 scores. Yeah.
It's gonna be those we still here, even though you're really not, because you're still trash. But they think they're not trash, so they're gonna play like they're not trash.
But at least for the Giants since Next Harrison is out for the Lions, Saquon Barkley will at least
has a chance
to get at least get in the back in the groove from his injury. But for the most part, I don't see them being able. I don't see the Lions losing this game. The Lions don't win this game by at least 2 scores.
Yeah, the Giants quarterback finally came down to earth and looks like a rookie. And so Matt Patricia should find a way to him to continue his little quote unquote drought. He hasn't played that bad. But
I mean, they've been in games for the most part. But also, in my opinion, Matt Patricia should be able to look at the tape from the Giants game playing against New England, like I said, and just look at ways to confuse him like that. But I don't know. He say he's a defensive genius, but whatever. But that should be interesting though.
So for fantasy, I look for just straight wide receivers at this point. I look for Marvin Jones to continue his craziness. I'm assuming Kenny Galladay is healthy. Watch out for him because the Giants secondary is beyond god awful. Like I don't even know what word to describe to use that for them. And look for Golden Tate on the other side against his old team. Just keep that in mind.
Interesting. Okay.
Game after this or whatever. Jets Jaguars.
Oh, the Jets and the Jaguars. The Jets are.
I have no one here for fantasy, by the way. There's no point.
The Jets are actually favored by 5 points against the Jaguars.
Jaguars are at home. How the hell?
The Jets are actually favored.
They just got cremated last Monday.
I know, but the Jets are actually favored. By Bleacher Report, the Jacksonville Jaguars are favored by 4.5. By 4.5.
No, Jacksonville's favored.
No, the Jets are favored by 5.
No, Jacksonville's winning that game. They're bugging.
Yeah, I'm about to look at it right now. The Jets are favored by 4.5 points.
No, they're not. No, they're bugging. Jacksonville is winning this game. But I expect it to be a really, really close game, though. Sam Darnold will not look like what he looked like Monday. He'll be closer to what he looked like 2 weeks ago against Dallas. But he's still going to lose.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm going with the Jaguars too.
And I don't think no one's covering the spread. So don't bet on this game.
If you go to bet in the game, obviously bet the Jets to make sure that the Jaguars not going to cover though. 5 points to me is too much.
It's too much.
So if you're going to bet the Jets on the points. But other than that, from the game outright, no.
Yeah, Gardner Minshew came down to earth.
Yeah, he did.
So he won't be as crazy, but the Jets defense isn't that good. So, but they got their rookie back. They got CJ Mosley back after a game of nothing. Jamal Adams is still there, so maybe they'll bother him a bit.
Le'Veon Bell is not gonna do nothing here.
No, the offense is not gonna do nothing. That's why it's gonna be probably a lower scoring game. Maybe Jacksonville wins 20, 17, something like that.
Maybe 18-16.
That's a very weird score.
It is very weird score. I don't know. It happens though. 18-16. Jaguars will win the game, but the Jets will cover the points. So yeah, next game, sir.
All right. Just pay attention to DJ Chark. He might still get you a nice flex amount of points. Because Jermaine Johnson is horrific. Just remember that. Next game. I think there might be the final trash. No, it's not. The final trash game is Monday's game, but we'll get to that. Seahawks at Falcons. This should be. For some reason, I don't think it's gonna be a blowout.
I don't think it's gonna be either. Seattle's favored.
Wait, that depends on Matt Ryan actually.
Seattle's favored by 4 points, and Atlanta's defense is horrible. And after Russell Wilson coming off a pretty lackluster game last week, I expect him to take advantage and absolutely annihilate them. Well, annihilate the defense. Not like I don't think it'll be a blowout either, but I think he'll take advantage of. It'll be a lot of points scored in this game. Probably 33-27. I'm gonna go with Seattle with the points and to win the game as well. They'll cover the spread and win the points and
so
win the
I got
game.
The injuries out, so now I already know what's going on. All right, so going back to the New Orleans game, Jared Cook is actually out. So just take out what I said about that. CJ Mosley is actually out again. So forget that. Maybe we should look at Leonard Fournette then. I mean, I have Seattle winning anyway, but Chesman Trufant is not playing.
Oh shit.
Grady Jarrett is questionable and Matt Ryan is questionable. So Matt Ryan has a chance to play, but I mean, maybe because Seattle is so like underwhelming. I don't know if they're gonna blow them out or not. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna win.
I mean, the team they should blow out. They don't.
That's what I'm saying. They should be putting a 50 on this team.
Yeah, but I don't see it happening either.
I don't see it happening.
I think, like I said, it'll be like a 33-27 score, close game. Seattle wins this game.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but other than that, it's pretty much it. I don't really know about that after all.
I'm going to skip this game because this game might be game of the week.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Raiders at Texans. It should be another blowout, actually. I'm pretty sure Texans is going to win by at least 2 touchdowns, maybe 3.
The Raiders are Raiders are
up by like 7 or something.
No,
like
the Texans are favored by 7.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 7. So now they easily covering that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, they traded away their number 1 corner to this team. I think actually, Raiders gave their number 1 corner to Texans. That is, so they have no one to cover anyone. So DeAndre Hopkins users, this should be another game for you guys, like it had last week. That she's going to do something. Says there's no Will Fuller, so who the heck else is he gonna throw to? So DeAndre Hopkins is back in business. Yeah, that's it. There's nothing to say about this game. It should be complete annihilation.
Very underwhelming games this week.
Yeah, we're gonna go skip another 4:00 game. We're gonna go Packers at Chiefs. For some reason, Mahomes I don't think he's ruled out yet, which is freaking retarded.
Which is weird because like. They say he's been out at least 3 weeks, right? And they're gonna rush him back after
and ruin his entire career.
10 days against Green. Listen, the AFC West is still yours to lose. I mean, like, yeah, there's nobody really messing with you in that division anyway. So it's like, there's no need to rush him back there.
Okay, injury report. Frank Clark is out.
Okay.
Chris Jones is out. Mahomes is out.
Oh, he's out. Oh, he's out officially.
Yes. So this means that this might be a gigantic blowout because the Chiefs' 2 best defensive linemen are not playing. So that means that this might be an Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams game part 2. Aaron Rodgers might take a step back this week. But this game, I don't even know if this is even worth looking at, to be honest.
It should be flexed out. I think it should be flexed out, but I doubt it because it's too late.
Yeah, it is
it's too late in the week. So had they found out he was going to play like around Monday or Tuesday, they would have flexed the game out and probably put the Patriots and Browns in that game if that what they were going to do. But
I definitely would have flexed for Carolina and San Francisco.
No
question.
I'm saying either or. They would have flexed either or.
Because Cleveland Browns, New England Patriots, a 4:25 game. They never flex out 4:25 games.
Or the 4:00 game.
Yeah, so Carolina's 4:00 game, so they should put that game for the Sunday night because that's actually worth something. That's 4-2 versus 6-0.
At least you could have put the Kansas City game at 4:00.
Yeah.
So you could have did that.
But Kansas City should be getting destroyed. It should be maybe a quick game because Green Bay should be running the ball a lot because there is no reason to be risking Aaron Rodgers for nothing.
Even with the injuries you missed, even the injuries you mentioned on Kansas City's part, they still have the Packers favored by 3.
That's kind of stupid.
I'm not. That's crazy.
That doesn't make any sense. They know something we don't. Maybe there's injury reports are lying. This is from NFL.com itself, so
I don't know, but
And they're at home too. Apparently, the Chiefs don't know how to play at home. So
they've been really mediocre at home. No, they're known for their home field advantage. Well, not really, because
they were known for that last year.
but nah, but
No, they suck. All right. Do we want to talk about this Dolphins and Steelers? Do we have to? Do we got to talk about Tank Bowl?
They really need to do something about this Monday Night Football. That's a whole different issue right there. There's so many things wrong with ESPN and Monday Night Football. It's just bad. It is bad football after bad football every week. I guess if the Steelers don't win this game by 30 points or more, yeah, I suck because they figured by 15.
If they don't win this game, they're 100% out of the playoffs, and they should not be a franchise.
like this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, who thought this was a good game? Who thought this was gonna be?
Yeah, like seriously, like they go through the schedule every offseason, right? How is it possible that you look at this Dolphins alone and put that for a prime time?
What?
Like, I know every team's supposed to have a primetime game. They put them whack bastards on Thursday. Nobody cares about Thursday night games anyway.
Yeah, at least put them on Thursday.
Right? Like you could have put on a Thursday night game at the end of the season when NBA already took over, NBA TNT already take over Thursdays. You know what I mean? They could have just done that. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Dolphins?
This is terrible. The Steelers, still should blow them out. But then again, the Steelers...
Just take... I would say take Steelers defense, but freaking Ryan Fitzpatrick
will find a way to lose. You know what with him is? He gonna mess around. He gonna mess around and win by accident, and they're like, "Oh shit, we won."
That's very possible.
That's very possible. That's very, very possible because he was close like twice. Like they almost beat the Redskins, and they were pretty close to beating the Bills until they shot themselves in the foot.
So maybe they shouldn't take the spread then.
I would not.
Just Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I would
the
not.
most unpredictable son of a ever.
If I'm a betting man, I'm not taking the points, even though it may be tempting.
If he exists, I'm not taking the points unless he's playing like a ridiculous defense like New England.
If Rosen was playing, then obviously you take the points.
Yeah.
But Fitzpatrick, he will find a way to win by mistake.
Which breaks my heart because I love Josh Rosen, but that's how it is, man.
Damn, man. I remember talking about that. I would love to see Josh Rosen, win the town, but they wanted to trade him out of Arizona. I hope he goes to New England because I was really excited.
He's been a great backup quarterback.
Great, but poor Josh Rosen.
Well, this is a perfect transition. So let's go through the Patriots game real quick. Patriots are going against the Browns. They're hosting the Browns.
Yes, they're favored by 11 points.
And you take those points.
Absolutely, I think they're gonna win this game by 2 scores.
They're gonna win this game by like 4.
Well, I'm being optimistic, but at least by optimistic.
And I'm being real.
Okay.
And not biased, real. Like this is. You saw what happened last week. We got a quarterback who has around the same type of tendencies and weaknesses that Sam Darnold showed on Monday. And they're at Foxborough. He's a second-year quarterback who's playing like dog crap all year. And Belichick gets beastly horny against young players like that.
And let alone, dude. The Browns' offensive line is horrendous.
Worse than the Jets.
They're going. The Patriots' defense is going to. You thought they would see Ghost last week? Ghost.
This is going to be bad.
The boogeyman is coming for real this game.
Yeah, and the Browns, like, coaching, they don't know what the heck they're doing back there. They don't even know what a short pass is. So if you don't know what a short pass is, that means that Van Noy's getting a strip sack. Freaking Dietrich Wise getting a strip sack. Danny Schoen might get a strip sack, and he's supposed to be out on run stuff.
I'll tell you one thing right now. Like I said, I'm not a fantasy expert, but if you have Beckham and Chubb in your team, sit them down because
this is not
is not the game for them. The Patriots defense is going to take Odell out of the game.
I don't think they're going to focus on him. I think they're focusing on Nick Chubb because he is their most consistent player in the team, almost by far because of Myles Garrett. So if you take him out, they're one-dimensional. This is going to be an interception fest, and I think that's what Belichick is thinking.
Now, on the Patriots side, Patriots got to find a way to contain Myles Garrett.
There you go.
Because he's a beast on that side of the team.
Belichick knows how.
He'll figure it out.
He did to J.J. Watt and Aaron Donald.
And Denzel Ward's been very, very inconsistent all season, so expect.
He's coming back this week though. He was injured for the whole time, so he'll be back. And whoever the number 2 corner is too. So I'm actually kind of happy that their secondary is going to be healthy, because I would like to see what Tom Brady's going to do against them.
Okay, I'd
like to see the offense.
When the schedule came out early in the year, I said, "Oh, this is going to be a very interesting game." Like,
I know it's going to be a blowout.
I tried to follow on paper with the teams, but now I realize how
young quarterback at Foxborough was about.
Did you know that the Giants were trying to trade Nate Solder to the Cleveland Browns.
I heard that today.
Yeah, I was like, why? You first of all, you traded your best offensive lineman to the Giants, and got nothing in return for it. But yet you want Nate Solder who can't block for nobody. Oh my God, this is terrible. If they would trade for Nate Solder, I'm like, oh my.
I don't even know if Nate Solder's playing better than their left tackle.
I don't know.
I don't even know.
That is terrible. But Patriots.
But they're screwed. Patriots might. It might be close to a 50 burger. I'm putting out there right now. This is gonna be bad.
Honestly speaking, say what you want about the Patriots and the defense saying they didn't play anybody, but this is very, very interesting to look at. We're looking at a historic run in football we've seen in a long time, as far as fans. But if they hold, oh my God, if they drop 50 on them, it's gonna be terrible.
I think that's gonna happen. I think defense is gonna score too.
Multiple times or probably once?
Just once, maybe. Not that far.
I have a bold prediction for this game too.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think Chase Winovich or somebody will block a punt and score.
Don't do that to me. I'm gonna be so happy.
And score on special teams. I think we're gonna get one.
Found it. All right. So I don't know when this was updated, but according to this picture I've seen on, I think it's NFL.com too, the Patriots only allow 6.9, so I run up to 7 points per game, only, and that's the best since the 1934 Lions, who averaged 4.5 points per game on defense.
That's insane.
The yard allowed is 223 yards per game, which in this day and age is astronomical. Because people usually throw for 300 with their butt cheeks, let alone, you know what I'm saying? For 300 yards, it's easy nowadays. 223. I don't care if we're playing against Alabama, college team. To allow that nowadays is ridiculous. Yards per play is only 4 yards per play. That's the best since the 08 Steelers, who allow 3.9. Oh, and for the yards, it's been the best since 91 Philadelphia Eagles at 221.8. Their takeaways, they're averaging 3 takeaways a game, which is stupid.
They already had 22 in the season, only in 7 games.
This is the best since 2000, apparently. Apparently the Ravens did it, I don't know. Third down percentage, 14%.
Yeah, that's factual too.
And that's the best since about 1991. It's probably the Redskins team. That Redskins team was godly. Then passer rating, 35. That's the only one that's inflated because playing over quarterbacks. So that's the only one I'm like, all right. It is what it is.
Sam Darnold had like a 3 QBR last week. Like QB. I mean, granted, Sam Darnold was horrible last week. Baker Mayfield is kind of like, and think about it this way: you have the same 2 QBs in the same draft, 1 and 3. It's bad, but yeah, Patriots win this game easily.
And the final game, which might be the game of the week, is going to be Carolina Panthers at the undefeated San Francisco 49ers.
I'm going on a limb here. The undefeated streak ends Sunday.
Yeah, you think so? That's possible.
Carolina will win this game. They did not impress me, even though it was in the rain. But come on, man, you got to beat on these bad teams. You let the Redskins hang on the whole game, and they were trying to win. Yeah, but the defense is godly. But I gotta do something. Yeah, they got Emmanuel Sanders now. Emmanuel Sanders on the team now. They should be, like I said. So let's see how they able to flow with that. But I think Carolina's gonna beat them. I really think that New Orleans is the best team in the NFC, and that's the best start in a long time. But I'm going with Carolina to win this game.
I'm going 49ers in a really close one. I don't respect that quarterback in Carolina. He's too safe. He's too, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't make any plays. That's what's wrong with him. And you need to be able to make plays to beat a team like this. Unless the Carolina's defense is going to go ape crap and just absolutely annihilate Jimmy Garoppolo, which is actually very possible because I'm also not very high on Jimmy Garoppolo either. Because I don't think Breida and the whole running back crew is going to have a good game at all against Jared McCoy, and all them. So it's going to be up to Jimmy. If it's up to Jimmy, I'm not sure. But I trust Jim.
We haven't seen it. I mean,
Carolina less, so I don't know about that.
We haven't seen enough this year for him to even show us that. All right, you can trust him right now. I mean, granted, the defense been holding it down. He hasn't had to do much lately. But I think, like I said, Breida won't be much of a factor against this run defense. I don't see it happening.
Me neither.
But I'm gonna have Carolina with Carolina. The Niners are favored by 6 points in this game.
I don't think they're covering.
I don't think so either. So I'm picking Carolina to win outright. But obviously, Juan's picking the Niners to win. But
I'm picking them on pretty much a game-winning field goal. Robbie Gould will actually make the field goal this time. I think he missed like 2 in the last few weeks. So.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, the kicker sucked this year, so.
Yeah, it was really bad this year.
Yeah.
Really, really bad this year.
We still got another half. Speaking of half, next week's show on Tuesday should be actually a pretty big one. Might be an hour show. It's the halfway point of the NFL season.
Yes.
So we're gonna have power rankings. We're gonna have different topics. We're gonna have probably who's the best so far, who's the worst, who's most disappointing, and a fun one. I just thought of it. Any retractions for our predictions?
Yes, I have a couple.
I think I have a few too.
I have a few because, man.
Yeah, you're gonna tell you about it or not? Don't worry about it. That's for Tuesday.
If you've been listening the last few weeks, you've known.
Yeah, they know.
They know. But
I got one too. I have to apologize for.
Yeah.
So
I already apologized before. I'll apologize again on Tuesday. But for the most part,
that's our chance to admit that we're wrong.
Yeah.
We could talk about the awards. Maybe we could have our own predictions. We didn't do predictions for that on the beginning. We got predictions on the awards. You know, offensive player, defensive player, MVP, all that other stuff.
Yeah, you can do that too. Yeah.
So we can do that. So it's gonna be a big show on Tuesday. It's gonna be really good. Can't wait for it. But that is gonna be that. We can talk about 32 a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, real quick. We're coming back. 32 bars through far, about too far will be, which is actually really good because the next 7 weeks it will be night games, so it's kind of like I get to relax and rest a little bit. You know, just enjoy the day before, watch all the games before I get to watch my game. 32 bars will be back home at Chinnanog in Times Square, where we host the Cleveland Browns. Very, 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 very interesting game. You know,
it's gonna be bored in there. By the way, it's gonna be quiet.
I mean, like
they're gonna get blown out. Or...
I like being in Chinnanog. Is
that bar is wonderful.
It's wonderful. The dirty fries. You gotta try dirty fries.
If I go, I might get just that.
The dirty fries, yeah. But my little brother is gonna be guest starring with us. He's 16 years old. He's a Browns fan. I don't know how, but he likes Baker Mayfield, so he'll be with us for that game. Other than that, but it should be interesting. Not a lot of.
It's not gonna be interesting.
I mean, it's interesting about the action in the bar. Like, I'm talking about that because like usually we be having to like try to like hype it up a little bit. For the most part, they're right. They're right. You know, it's kind of conservative in this bar, but over that,
it's a little mature bar. It really is.
But anyway, shout out to Chinnanog, Times Square. Those guys are awesome. Give it a try. You won't be disappointed. Other than that, that's it for now.
So, like we did in the beginning of the video, make sure to like, rate, and subscribe to us. We love you all. We think that we're pretty good, but I would love for y'all to tell us we're pretty good so we can spread out and have a big community. We're on iTunes, we're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, obviously, and we are on iHeartRadio. So go ahead, give us a listen, give us another shot. Look at our other episodes. We have, like freaking 25 of them or something like that combined now. So give us a shot, spread us out. We love you all. You guys have a good night.
Peace.